We'll use your system. We'll use your system. No, I mean for your presentation. What presentation will
You keep explaining.
In the mighty name of Jesus. Father, Lord, we thank you this morning. We give you all glory. We give you all honor. We give you all adoration. We thank you because we are here today and we know you are here with us. Father, as we start this program and continue in this program, Father, come and be with us in the name of Jesus Christ. Come and be the director of this event in the name of Jesus. Those that are still coming on their way, they will meet us here safely in the name of Jesus Christ. They will not involve in any kind of accident in the name of Jesus. Thank you for this event. I am a filmmaker. Just click on the second is of the Directors Guild of Nigeria, Abuja. Talking about the resource persons. Some of the other resource persons are here. Some are supposed to still be that way, but then to my very left here, okay, she's our hand for today. That's Rita Kachiro. Okay, and to my very left here is Chief Pastor Osas Ogbimudia. Is a DJ member. Please put your hands together for him. Even if at all I do not introduce the person here, you know his face if you don't know his name, but I'm sure you know his name because he's been around for a very, very long time. Please make welcome one of our resource persons, a veteran actor, a veteran director. Is Chief Francis Du. And of course, take your time. And of course, to my very right, before I introduce the last man, is no other person but Prince Daniel, aka Aboki, is one of our resource persons. He's the head. You know what they call Oga Pata Pata of them all. Cool FM and Wazobia FM. Please put your hands together for Prince Daniel. He's also a member of the Directors Guild of Nigeria, as much as Double Chief Francis Duru. Also, you see that man that is looking at is that the chapter. Honorable, he's the honorable, he's an honorable. He contested and failed an election. But you see, also confused. So I know someday my friend clicking out. Buhari too. That's close to us here. I know someday my friend Emmanuel, Honorable Emmanuel, will win elections. Amen. So of course we know why we're there. It's the master class organized by the Directors Guild of Nigeria Abuja chapter for directors, intending directors, crew members generally, to see how we can begin to learn so many things. There are some who have known, but there are things you still need to know because you cannot know it all. I know some people who just say, I don't think I'm waiting, I need a lecture for. Several times we call actors to come from us. I'm not castigating the actors. Sorry, I'm a former chairman of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, so I'm not castigating actors. But I'm saying some actors, they have that. I'm waiting. I can act better than Genevieve. I can act better than Francis. Nobody to act. So they don't believe they need to go out to learn. And you know, there are some rudiments, there are some things you don't know that somebody has to tell you. And apart from that, every day you need to improve on even what you know. So that is why we are organizing this master class. And I know you will not be disappointed. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome my chairman to give a brief speech and invite the first. And so please, let's silence our phones because they will distract us if there are, if they're ringing out. Please, if you cannot silence your phone, you cannot play on vibrate. Better see if you can dash it or throw it away. Thank you.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I don't mind my rope at the level. Things don't hard level. All right. My name is Emmanuel Eyaba, and my secretary just did a formal introduction. And I want to say thank you for all of you that made it to this masterclass. There are going to be a series of master is in front of the camera. So we're trying to see how we can galvanize the behind the scene people. Let us also have very good production managers. Let us also have very good art directors, costumiers, makeup artists, script. If you want to be a director, let me see your hand. Okay, fine, beautiful, that's good. We actually love to see a lot of females too in the directing space. One of the to direct, and this program is put together by Directors Guild of Nigeria, which is the apex guild of filmmakers in Nigeria, but Abuja chapter, in collaboration with our host, who happen to be Abuja Film Village. Please put your hands together for Abuja Film Village. To give us an opening remark. So I'll still be trying to do that. We're in technology age now, so that is going to happen. But before I bring in the president, I want to invite our host, Mr. John Adeyemi, who happens to be the acting DG of Abuja Film Village, and just MD, just to say one or two things about this program. And we're also looking at future collaborations between Abuja Film Village and the film ecosystem here in Abuja. And if there is something like Abuja Film Village, we need to be the front runner. It's not supposed to, it's not supposed to be for name alone. It needs to start. And we're also going to be collaborating with Tourism Volunteer Network. How many people are from Tourism Volunteer Network, please? How many people are from, please put your hands together for Tourism Volunteer Network. That's supposed to be more than this. Now, after this program, those of you who are part of this, we're going to be collaborating with Tourism Network Initiative for a TV series, which will be directed by members of the Directors Guild of Nigeria. It's going to run for as long as it's going to happen. And for those of you who are here, we're going to fix you either as costumiers, makeup artists, cinematographers. How many people want to learn cinematography? So, Mr. John, are you around, please? Is he close? Mr. John, are you here? Is he close? You also want to let us give us once more.
This one I want to put me in trouble. I'm not the acting MD. I beg. Don't sell me before my time.
Okay, before John comes, at least, okay, John, just hold on. Mr. President of Mr. President, if you hear me.
Okay. I don't know if you can hear.
Okay, thank God. Okay, we dey hear you, sir. Good morning, sir. I can hear you, Lima Charlie. Good morning.
Yeah, can you hear me properly?
Good morning, President.
Yes, we are hearing you. Make our like this so we hear. We are hearing you. We are hearing you, sir.
All right then. So I want to say good morning to every one of you, and a very big congratulations for this opportunity. I'd like to thank our co-collaborators from the Abuja Film Village, who have so graciously accepted to host this event in collaboration with the Directors Guild of Nigeria. We're indeed very grateful, and we hope that this will be the beginning of further collaborations, as well as other partners on this project as well.
Okay, before John comes, at least, okay, John, just hold on. Mr. President.
Hello? There's so much noise. Murmuring. What's going on?
Hello.
Can I continue? Can I continue? Hello?
We can hear you, Mr. President.
Okay, I think I'll just speak because it looks like there's a time lag, you know. So I want to say that this will be the beginning of several more collaborations. And for as many as are participating in this workshop, we want to see how we can draw you closer, some into the guild, but not just into the guild, but also as collaborators in all the projects that we're going to be doing together. As you know, the Directors Guild of Nigeria is the next guild in the industry. We like to pride ourselves as primus inter pares, first among equals.
Now freeze it, please.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, we are very, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so we like, the director is responsible for the final image that you see on the screen. And it's important that we have a good working relationship with every single member of crew and a proper understanding so that we can come out with better pictures projecting the Nollywood brand globally. It's not the time for speech making. I've just been asked to give an opening address. And so what I want to say to you is welcome and thank you for taking advantage of this opportunity. And like I will always say, I'll see you all at the very top. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. President. We really appreciate your time, and we'll do everything in our powers to make sure Directors Guild of Nigeria is known everywhere in Nigeria before next year. Thank you, and God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, I think, oh, you don't even go, sir. Okay, thank God. One assignment gone. All right, yeah, it's a technology age, so we just need to. We'll try, we'll try, like. All right, we just have to make these things happen. So, just as I was saying before, the president came on board. Mr. John, are you ready now, Mr. John?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please put your hands together for our host, Mr. John Abuja.
Please, before I say anything, let me correct this because it's my brother, but he wants to send me to a jail time. You know, if you jump the gun before your time, you may not live long. So I don't know why you want to send me to any grave. But thank God, Dr. Francis is here. Okay, without wasting our time, I welcome you all to this first edition of the Director of Youth Masterclass. Dear esteemed guests, good morning to you all. It is with my mixed pleasure and excitement that I extend the way we are having this opportunity, and I know this is not going to be the last going forward. This event is epitomizes the essence of innovation, artistic expression, and the timeless and limitless potential of our industry. On behalf of the management team at AFVI, Abuja Film Village International, it is my profound honor to address you on this significant occasion as we come together to celebrate the heart of filmmaking and the collaborative spirit that drive our industry forward. To our distinguished guests, including the National Chairman of the Director Guilds of Nigeria, we have to recognize him because it's under him that we are gathered here. And the National Chairman, the Director Guilds of FCT Chapter, my home brother, Honorable, the incoming House of Rep member. Wow. Come 2027 by the grace of God. And to my own doctor, my brother, Dr. Francis Duru, the esteemed mentor and the personal boss, is someone I've known for long. And for me, I've never been disappointed. There is one person I know that is willing at any point. You don't know him, just get across to him, and if he's available, he will support you 100%. I remember there's a project we did together for children with disability. This man go beyond his time. So, and I have several examples to count. So this man here, please, let's give him a round of applause. The group managing director, of whom we are standing here today to represent, the group managing director of AICL, and our coordinator of Abuja Film Village. You see, I have a lot of bosses, and this man wants to shoot me before my time. My dear colleagues of the staff of Abuja Film Village, pardon me, I cannot be mentioning your name, all your names and your position. The guild secretary here, the ladies and gentlemen, your presence here today reflects your unwavering commitment here, but I can guarantee you that the next time will be far, far better than this. So just bear with us now. As we are embarking on this journey together, the Director Masterclass promise to be a platform, collaboration, and share information and ideas that will elevate the standards of filmmaking in our community scene. Nobody recognizes us, but I think it's time we start to celebrate ourselves. We are sorry about the lives that were lost in Delta State recently, but if you look at the news that is everywhere, it's about the actor. Nobody is really talking much about the people behind the scene, and it's the right time we celebrate, honor, and cherish what we hold. Without let's see what will be on the screen. The most challenge the industry has today, the most challenge of the creative films we have today. I'm an actor. I acted 3 films. The next day, I'll call myself a director. I want to direct. The next day, I'm an editor. The next thing, I'm a cinematographer. In fact, I can be a sound person. I can even be a writer. And what is the end product? Rubbish. Pardon me for using the word, but let's call it the way it is. But these are the people here who dedicate their time, their knowledge, and nobody is recognizing us. I was saying to my brother 2 weeks ago, I said, there is a motion that is a movement that is coming out for people behind the scene. We are not going to be doing, my brother, come and help me, I need your support anymore. We are not going to be doing that. We work, you pay us. Anything happens to us, we have money to take care of ourselves. Finally, once again, I welcome you to Abuja Film Village. May this event be the beginning of many fruitful collaboration between us. I welcome you all.
All right, you see, when you're with people who are in the customer service, their own things, they always do very different. Just came with his prepared speech, you know. So we are going to start immediately. Today is not supposed to be for too much grammar. We want to demystify filmmaking. We want to make filmmaking. We actually need the actors to interpret and tell our own stories. And the best person to talk about actor-director relationship is none other but someone we all grew up to come and know. There's one popular film that year. How many of you know that film? Not even before. You know, one of the things that has really affected Nollywood is what we call transition. You know, very soon now, this is our own era here. It will shift. When it shifts, how prepared are you? Some of his colleagues relevant of today, he has been there, he's here, and he will still be. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Ahana Francis Chiduruki. Oh, Chief! Please can give me a standing ovation, please. He is the past coordinator of Abuja Zone. He handed over the mantle to me, and we are still here together, sir. Thank you very much. So he's going to be talking about actor-director relationship, please. Please enjoy yourself.
Please be seated. Thank you so much, Imam, my brother. I want to say thank you so much. Like he said, I was the former chairman, Actors Guild of Nigeria. Former coordinator. I'll tell you the truth. I did not do 5% of what he is doing. I did not do 5%. Naturally, we are in Africa, we always want to say, this guy just wants to say, but I think it's wrong. And we are more perspective-driven engagement, paradigm shift. Try as much as possible to change the way we think. Because if you can't change the way you think, you will be doing the same thing. So once more, let's put our hands together for him. For purposes of clarity and records, the man mentioned Dr. Francis doing well, not yet. I'm running my post PhD in development arts, BA in art, in BA along essay theater arts, masters in development communication with a PhD in view. Permit me, I have put in 35 years in this business. July 27 officially makes me 57-year-old. 57 years old. As an actor, if I've done close to 300 movies, it means I've been directed by 100 directors. All right? Is it then possible we're talking about actor director relationship? I could be that's the ends a little bit because whenever I do this, I'm so pained now because I don't have anything to write on. I'm the manual traditional teacher because of the persons who taught me. I like if they were chalk, I'll use chalk. It helps me express myself. But please, you bear with me. I'll try as much as possible so that you can capture my thoughts. If you can record. I want to say thank you, DGN. Like he said, I'm a member of DGN. Put your record. We were the founding members of Directors Guild of Nigeria. I'm a founding member, and so let me deviate a little bit. Like I said, let's declutter the mind. The powerhouse of every human being is not your muscle or your mind, the engine house. Every great enterprise is as big as the mind that created it. So if you want to know the mind of Dangote, look at the size of what he has created. And so life calls and throws different challenges. But like he said earlier, one challenge that has happened in the industry over the years when it started, when the Nollywood phenomenon started, I'm privileged to be a founding pioneer member too. It was like a little exercise. Let's see how it works. But don't forget, before then, there had been more or less a flourish of theatrical activities. Television was at that big checkmate, fortunes, all those things. They were going through professional ethics because you cannot just become a TV director if you did not come from NTA, television, call it JAWS, NTA JAWS, even the Film Institute. You understand me? So there was that traction, that place that you must know it before you do it. But when they know, and or maybe in the course of chasing the excitement, the sensationalism, structures, institutions that were meant to sustain the industry, then gradually it became an open access. Everybody can come in, everybody can go out, which is what is happening today. So when we talk about issues of mediocrity, and I believe these master classes remains one of the things that can make us restore things we have lost and establish ethics, discipline, and principles. The great professions you talk about are being established and held, sustained by a principle. Be the best that the person that you're supposed to say is a president. A certificate has been taken away from you, you are useless. And it has created the dignity, the heritage, the prestige for that profession. Because you cannot be a disciple if you're not disciplined. Discipline comes from the word discipleship. And so what we're trying to do is to close the gap of ignorance, close the gap of professional naivety, close the gap of mediocrity that has created the industry. Like a man said, we have even through it. Everybody just thinks about the actor, the actor, the actor, the actor. And as they think about the actor, those behind the camera are being decimated, reduced to mere machines that work. But forget that those machines have heart, soul. And so we need to connect to that. So it's more or less a knowledge-driven thing. So once more, welcome. Tell your neighbor welcome. I'm going to start first and foremost. I said, let me declutter that in my mind. The most important thing about life is definition. Life, true or false? If you're given a bunch of keys to get into this building, do you have the keys? Do you have the keys? Can you actually get into here?
Sure.
You know, yes, you're given a bunch of keys. Go to the entrance if you do not know the right key. So it means somebody will tell you that this is the key to the gate, isn't it? That's definition. So if not, you'll be trying, let's say, 61 keys, you'll be trying, let me try this one, let me try this one, let me try this one. But when somebody tells, okay, okay, sorry, this key will get red rope, now that one they take open entrance. See that with that definition, it makes life easier. And that's the power of knowledge. That makes you to excel. Every football player knows how to take free kick. But why is it that a certain David Beckham, whenever it comes to free kick, they just give it to him? To perfect that thing, getting the right knowledge, measurement, accuracy. After training, the normal training, it goes back to the pitch in the evening with his personal coach. They erect all those things, If the free kick is coming from this angle, he takes it to all those stuff. And once he takes the position, he gets into the goal. That is knowledge. And so for what we are doing here is that if you want to become a director, there are certain basics you need to know. When you're going to hear about the director and cinematography, you begin to glean, begin to get anchored. So for me, knowledge is key. Isn't it? Knowledge is the power you use to define a thing. So the question is, what is your knowledge? What do you know about filming if you want to go filming? What do you know about directing if you want to be a director? What do you want to know about actor? Okay, let me ask us a question. How many of you have been in the industry for close to like 5 years? Raise your hand. Not these people here. What do you do, sir? Actor, director, what?
No, I produce children movies.
Children movies.
Yes.
Okay, fine. If you were being asked to define what you do as an actor, how will you define the thing you do, sir? How do you define acting?
Define acting to effective.
From your own perspective, you've been in the industry more than 5 years, right?
Yeah.
So what will be your definition?
Well, I would say acting is taking role of an individual within a specified time, specified period.
So
You are trying to project the role of an individual within a specified period.
So if I go to a motor park and I want to to start the role of a motor park tax in the motor park, it is it acting?
If you want to define the role of a motor
Not from your definition, yes.
if I want to define the role of a motor tout in the motor park,
Yes.
so that is it. I will have
I but I'm taking it from your definition. If you give me another definition, I'll ask you another question.
Okay.
We are trying to, you're teaching me, I'm teaching you. So, okay, give me another definition.
If I comes to me that is what is acting, I'll tell him that you try to do what you do in school. That is what you act. The way you behave in school, that is what we are trying to do. So I'll say that.
I use the word behave. That's my only take from there.
Yeah.
Behave. Thank you. This is my boss here. Ochuko. I'll put you on the step now. You are a director, true or false? So if the same question were to be thrown to you that what is directing, sir? How will you, based on where you've been around, you are an institution. You just need to like come closer to your house, put signboard later. You know.
I would say directing is giving instructions to people on how to behave according to a particular character.
Giving instruction to people on how to behave according to a particular character. I'll take only 1% of that. 1%. Because we just talk just a fragment of what directing.
The director for me is
Director. Wait, hello. You see the problem of definition. You see what definition does? If you're not quick to it, you miss the point because you miss the specificity of it. I said, what is directing? And he said, a director is it right?
sorry about that.
No, sorry. Let me tell you. It speaks to one thing, you know, respect for details in every work of art is key. As an actor, as a costumier, as a director, as a producer, you toy with a little detail, it brings your production down because you did not define it appropriately. Okay, yes, sir. Directing.
Directing is a leadership process towards achieving costume people, makeup, and all of that.
You know the man is smart.
That's
You know what? He saw the look. Because if you use that same dedication and you do not use costume actors, I would say it's wrong because that same thing applies to everywhere. But isn't it?
Yes.
So as a director, that is, you make a big blunder if you do not know what the definition of what you're doing is. Then you do not know the scope. Because it's part of one of the biggest challenges we are having in the industry today. True. Yes.
I think acting is actually projecting a character of who you are not.
Projecting a character of who you are not. Okay, fine. We are all here now. See, for me, it's give and take, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask us, what is the difference between the role and the character?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The role, you may be a doctor. In this script, they give a character who is a rapist. Another script, they give a character of a man who is an introvert who has never even seen a woman before.
That's what he said. You see, I'll take this one. He said, what, the role?
I said the role and the character.
Okay.
The role may be a medical doctor.
Uh-huh.
It's a medical doctor role. But the character displayed must identify.
Okay, I'm coming. Yes, sir. Directors here, directors here. Right now, you're my student. So you know that.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Sir, with due respect, what is it? Now, Mr. Yaba, you are a writer, a producer, a director, and an actor. Now, when you write, because you make that mistake. No, I'm totally disagree. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is my brother.
Okay, the role and the character.
Yes, sir.
I'll take an example from a book.
Yes.
The role is the title of the book.
Okay.
The character is the content of the book.
The title of the book. Okay. Okay.
Like the caller said, the role is the office, who this person is, the office of the person. The character is the lifestyle of the person.
Okay. But the book has been written. It is lying there, okay, fine. Let me not go deeper. Okay. Ochiko, please, the letter.
The role is a position. The character is the quality, the personality. The position is a quality.
Okay. So I'm getting to what Paula said. Okay, sir.
That is just, character is the attribute of an individual. While role is role and assignment for you to take up that character.
Thank you. Okay, anybody here? Okay, St. Joe, then.
Okay, for instance, a policeman in a movie could be a villain. It could be a bad police officer. It could be a good police officer. Now, the role is police. And the personality.
Okay, no, it's okay. Now, this is the thing. You see, part of what this is what I'm telling you now. For the actor and for the director, your depth of definition between these two is key. You have to define your responsibility. The character, the role of Chief Joseph, that is the role. That's what I've been paid to come and do as an actor. Now, let me twist it again. At what point that the role becomes the character? It sounds like a conundrum, right? The role. Who does that? Hello. Are we having a master class? No, are we having a master class?
Yes.
Do you guys understand what I'm doing? Do you know what I'm doing, to be candid?
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you what I'm trying to prove. Definition and responsibility. If you cannot define it, you will not know your responsibility. But if you can define it, you will modify it. Definition is like a man who uses a clean new razor blade. You use it well, it gives you a clean cut. You use it wrongly, it gives you a deep cut. So in everything we want to do, you see, definition is key. When was the
the actor is in charge of the character and the director assign him his own interpretation.
Okay, can I ask a question
Yes.
now?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Everybody's involved.
No. Let's not get it. Who else? Yes, sir.
Okay, the role is the clothes, the material. The tailor is in charge of giving it the required design.
And shape.
Form.
No, wait. I have never ever heard this definition. No other definition, The role Oga, take this cloth. I want make you show me agbada. Hello? The tailor looks at the man, he's slim. It's okay, agbada, okay, don't worry, sir, I know what to do. He goes back home. The voice of the man who said, show me agbada, and the picture of the man who says, show me, yes, agbada, his mind begins to glean two different forms of agbada that he has seen. It begins to form pictures. And the next day he goes to the office, please sit down. He goes to the office, he begins to like the pictures begin to form. Then he begins to draw and sketch. Mind you, creativity does not thrive in a vacuum. What did I say? Creativity does not thrive in a vacuum. Then add to it, art is nothing but judicious imitation. Art is nothing but judicious imitation. Why judicious imitation? It's simply because there is nothing you are trying to create that has not been created before. You get the point? As a creative person, there are so many things you have deposited in your subconscious and unconscious that when the time for you to actually create it comes up, it pops up without you knowing. But you must have seen it. Don't forget, the man said, Sonia Agbada is a lean person. And he goes back. His mind begins to brood at things that have been possible that he never knew. Then, okay, if this man, the slim man I saw that day, his Agbada had something like, you know, are we fine? You can sit over there so that you can see me. So, have we now settled? So, based on the plot and the tailor, who is in charge of the character? Who is in charge of the character? I said, so you have heard the perspective of the tailor. The man brings ordinary cloth, so agbada for me. The tailor picks it. The man is slim. And the owner who brought the cloth is somebody who respects and knows the competence of the tailor. So agbada for me. Who style like you know how they be now? Now you know the best. It's like your hair. There are some your barbers, you just go, you put your hair because they know the best hairstyle that fits you, right? And we're talking about the director. I said, okay, when does the role? I said, what's the difference between the role and the character? And we agreed that the role is the terms of reference, right? That was what we're talking about. The terms of reference, Abi, isn't it? And now, at what point now, okay, that was what we're discussing, but we've gone ahead. Because now, the role is the cloth given to the cloth, Abi. Yes. The character now is the agbada. So what comes out of the role is what? The character, true or false? Do we understand it? So it means the transition between the agbada, the material to agbada is a process, true or false? Now we shifted, some say it is the director who is in charge. Some say it is the actor. True or false? Now let me ask you another question. What is characterization? Can anybody attempt? So hello guys. So has it now occurred to you how we have been running without proper definition of what we do? Do we, if you agree with me, raise your hand up. Now, it means if we have made progress, we have progressed in error. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Because you progress in error when you're not responsible and you do not know what gave you your last result. Please listen and listen well. My brother, sir, can we just cool down with those ones? Just do it, quite no vex so that, because nothing will make me, don't just, I will forget it what I talk. So now, let me now put this into perspective. Remember I said we're going to start with decluttering of the mind. Let us shift some dirty things in our mind out so that we can enjoy the new things. Let us declutter, let us break. There is a form of learning disability. There are in 4 forms. Hear me out. I wish I could write. There's what they call unconscious incompetence. Hello? Can you hear it? Unconscious incompetence. And the next one is conscious incompetence. Can I break it down?
Yes, please.
Unconscious incompetence. I don't know, say I don't know. Do we get it?
Yes.
I don't know that I don't know. Now, the most painful and disastrous part of this aspect is that you do not know that you do not know. You're teaching people what you do not know. Did somebody say I? Child. You say child. You see where our problems are located. And that's exactly what's happening in the industry. Because you'll be seeing the man carry the camera and mount on the, say, I'm not be this busy man, they go, I go feed one. You do not know the principle. No matter how small you may be, no matter how big you may be, because your experiences are key. So first part of that learning disability is I no say, I no unconscious incompetence. And it breeds mediocrity because you're teaching what you do not know to people who do not know. Now they begin to learn what you do not know. And gradually they keep it, it becomes a lifestyle and habit.
Thinking that you know.
Thinking that you know. Open your mind a little bit, you now know that you don't know. That is conscious incompetence. I now know that I do not know. There's something dangerous happens. A voice tells you, guy, leave that thing. Not be so they don't do them since I bet those they do them they go. You agree? Conformity. When you conform to the things that are wrong, it's a bigger problem for the society. It means you deepen the grounds of incompetence. You see my hair? You see here, for the past 3 weeks I came back from Benin. I had a makeup accident. The makeup artist just to give me ordinary dye, mixed off. My head blisters all over. As I'm here, the pain is still, if I tell you how much of antibiotics I've been on, for the past 3 weeks, I have not been myself. It's incompetence. She said that was how she was taught.
Case study. Case study.
You let her.
I am the actor. I want us to get to the next thing. I want us to do it well. I hand my life over to you. What happens? So, definition is key. So conscious incompetence. You now know that you do not know. Then that voice say, boy, on that thing, I beg. You know, who cares about standard? Who cares about master class? The guy, leave that thing. So they don't call you for the next job. Go and do it. But you forget that you need to better yourself. And you can move yourself from the place of conscious incompetence to a better place. Then the second voice of reasoning say, okay, now that I know that I do not know, what do I do? Right? When the what comes, the next thing, find a mentor, find a school, find a teacher, attend a master class. Where? How? Things are easier. Put one thing on AI now, it gives you beyond what you know. And so, okay, with AI now, since things are easier, let me put what makes a good actor. The same phone you used to, do social media. What makes, just like 1 hour, spend 1 hour of your time. What makes a good actor? What makes a good director? You get the point? At that point of conscious incompetence, you begin to gather knowledge, you begin to learn, you begin to get a new knowing edge. You're reading about directors, you're reading their philosophies, reading dynamics, you're reading principles, you're going to read. The more you read, the better you are. And let me tell you something, the day you read something new and you go on set the next day, it will never be the same. True or false? So, the next one now, he has started. Something is happening to his mind. There is change, new information, new knowledge, new perspective, new initiative. Then he's getting to a new place. Conscious competence. And the knowing gets bigger, larger. He begins to see the difference in what he used to do when he did not know, and the difference between what he's doing now that he knows. And gradually, unconscious competence. He does it with ease. Because knowledge has come. So he's able to, by the time you give him the script, he has gone through his script scanning now. So you understand where we are now. And let's go back to what we're talking about and ask the question, what is characterization? To prove the point that who is in charge of the character? Yes. Okay. Because we mentioned character, and from what he says, the director's call,
Okay.
So
I was going to answer initially before you went
yes.
to the consciousness.
Me may sit there, say you talk, you go block people outside. Is it you or what you're wearing?
Both.
Okay.
So characterization is appropriating the right roles into each.
Appropriating the right
roles to different actors or.
Wow. Let's not go there.
Okay.
See, character, role, material.
Okay, it's being able to tell what this person can deliver. That you so that you look at 3 actors. And you can tell that this one can deliver on this.
Let me just
Character development. Thank you. What is fertilization?
Okay.
What is fertilization in normal life?
If I'm looking at mine,
Yes. When the semen touches the egg of a woman. You might never move this thing. No? Will you guys get I have 6 more minutes?
it's a very
6 more minutes.
No, it doesn't move as
Because remember that dead.
Those in favor that are feeling the sickness say aye.
Dead, sir.
10.
20.
If you give me 20, I think I'll.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you what I'm trying to do. I want us to finish this part of the plotter. If it's the only thing you are discussing in definition, the rest is history. You get the point? I ask fertilization when the semen touches the eggs, the spermatozoa, sexual intercourse, isn't it? Now, if you were to be asked between the role and the character, which one is the egg, which one is the semen, and who is the womb, who has the womb where these things are being developed? Somebody mentioned the word development. Let me tell you the difference between development and growth. In development, external factors are responsible for the process. In growth, internal factors. Development, when you were in your mother's womb, you did not know how the hair developed, the nose developed. Were you aware? But when you move from class 1 to class 2, who is responsible? That is growth. So I'm going to that word development because I want to make us understand one thing. Getting wrong. Yes, sir.
So the role is the same.
The role is the semen.
Yes.
Why the character is the egg?
The character is the egg. Is it possible that the egg will be there and nothing will happen until the semen touches it?
Yes.
So which of the two, again, is the semen and the egg?
Okay, we can swap it.
The semen plays a vital role.
I did not say who plays the vital role.
Which is
I'm coming. If this is the only thing I achieve here today, we are good. Yes.
The role is dormant until the character meets it.
Did you hear that? The role is dead until the actor breathes on it. Abstract form, ordinary written word, the actor breathes on it and everything, it pops us to life. And it is well executed. The character begins to live in human form that people forget the actor himself and they begin to call the name. Over 30 years, even my late parents, before they died, who carries the womb? The actor is the one who carries the womb. Characterization happens in the womb of the mind. Who is the carrier of that womb? It is the actor. So the actor, take it anywhere, is the master interpreter. And the character.
Yes.
Professor.
So is it possible that we have defined that now? That between the actor relationship, actor-director relationship, the director must, as a matter of fact, as the principal moderator anchor of every aspect of the filming process, crew, cinematography, sound, visuals, everything, and even post-production. A new child is better, not deformed, not disabled. But as it begins to project from one scene to the other, one scene to the other in the shooting process, the director is guiding to make sure that the sense of continuity, sustainability, to make sure that everything you have created is gaining traction until at the end of the day, when you say cut, it means that baby is ready to walk. Whatever the post-production wants to do, whatever you take away in terms of your post-production editing, the child still remains healthy and stand. So just to add to this, now, so if there are two types of directors. Marlon Brando, in his book Brando for Breakfast, he said, one, directors who shoot schedule and directors who shoot pictures. Is it making sense?
Yeah, very well.
How many scenes you get today? 15. Okay, yeah. See, one, action.
Don't move.
Oh, we'll call it back. They don't pay the money. Cut. We have shot 15 scenes of what? Quality. Better this. I watched two great movies. Hype. How many of you watch Ahamefuna? Netflix. Crap. I saw actors that were so unguided and unguided. You could see the flatness, and I said, why? Because many years, if you say this person is the one directing, I come in, I get a pin of the director's mind. Director, what are you looking at? Ask your director questions. Director, call your actor. What are you bringing on the table? So that you have a thorough understanding of what the man has in mind. That is the co-relationship. So the director is part of the process of interpretation. Then director, when you have an actor, we talked about two kinds of directors, the ones that shoot pictures and the ones that shoot schedule. We have four kinds of actors. The personality actor. You're bringing on set and in his church are two different things. Yes. So you will be stupid as a director to just bring and just drop him there without understanding that the actor must know what is required of him. Three principal things the actor must know, and the director must know. CMI, a tripod, that everything about acting is all about. Your motive, objective, principal objective is to is the person playing arm robber or the person is playing arm no robber? Dysfunctional characters because nobody was there to give them the actual guide. The worst thing that can happen to you as an actor is that your fly is open. Because your director is your mirror as an actor. Until you are so competent to know that you have an eye behind you professionally, to know when you're well, you say, guys, like I'm overacting. Yes. Am I making sense?
Everything.
And so, That is the personality actor. When you bring people to actually depict their lifestyle, but you must understand that they must be in the element. 3 principal things every director must look out for in every actor. They call it CMI: character, mood, and intensity. This is a character. A woman who has lost the husband and lost everything. What is the mood? Sorrow. Intensity. What is the tonal quality of the voice she's using to depict that mood? The question is, do we really do it? We get starstruck because we have people who are bigger. The moment you are the director, that actor is there on the floor. It's a leveler. You do it the way I want. Not because I'm forcing you, but because we have reasoned together that this is what I really want to achieve. And the director says, okay, fine, I'll give you. Character mood intensity. Decibel is the power of what you say with the tonation. Intensity is the power that lies of physiognomy. If you can write the physiognomy, the science, the technology of the human face. So what kind of actor do you think you have? They brought that kind of person. So what are you supposed to do? I can work here. This man has never been on set before. So it is my job to actually bring out the best in him. Then you have the non-professional actors, which we do every time. We are filming, we'll go to Oga, I beg, just come and play this one scene. The man is not an actor. You wear him costume. Then you stupidly expect him to behave like an actor, but you have not done any work. You never took him to a corner. Okay, this is what I want you to do. And you listen, I'll do this thing now. Directors who should schedule. They just want to move to the next scene. Then you have the chameleon actor. 360 degrees. Now, when the director has that kind of person, it's an asset to you. Let me blow my trumpet. I've been a 360 right from the day I started my career. So I am a director's tool.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Let's do that. Anya, we're filming, the script was bad. When I saw the script, I love it when the script is challenging. I love it when the script does not have direction. I love when the script now is depending on my competence and experience as an actor. That's what makes you be, not how many followers you have on the internet. I don't care about how many followers. My 132,000, I don't know how it take happen. They've come to say, oh man, let's do this. I say, guy, leave it. Two Faces said something. We blow when internet no day.
Yes.
And that is what is keeping me today. Because every day I get fresher, I get new. If I'm coming on set, I read the book. When I'm coming, those things are happening. So with your 360 degrees more like clay, it is an asset to you as a director. How much of that actor are you? So the question now as a director is that when actors come to you, have you been able to define their strength? For every actor who is in there, play a SWOT analysis. What's their strength? What's the actor's weakness? What are the opportunities that you can tap from? What are the threats? Is this actor the kind of actor who lacks physical energy but can give you everything you need? So you want to maximize the time you're framing with it that once it's 4 o'clock, his energy begins to drop down. Then you pull him out, say, oh, God, come go hotel. So that the next morning he comes, he's fresher. These are insights. Emotional intelligence. As a director, you should be able to know when that particular person has a crack. Ah, bros, come. Please, let's take 10. Is there any problem? You're not looking at any problem. It's my brother. I just lost my mother. what do? You tell him to go on shooting? Hmm? Is it making sense? I don't make sense. So the actor relationship is professional to know whether the role your actor is being cast into is not too good, and you need some time to see with it. This is what I really want. So that aspect of emotional intelligence, as a director, you are the father of the production. So everybody's problem is your problem. Don't say I'm shifting into the producer. The producer at that moment is calculating how much money he has spent. Or is still going to spend. So your job is to make sure that even the producer is at home and comfortable. But you know what we've seen these days? Directors who are just nonchalant, directors who are using their responsibility as power tool to decimate and talk down on actors on set, and you say you want the best one, then you are an idiot. So at every point in time, you're giving to the audience, you're giving to the artist. The Greek word for that is called parabasis. When you give, you're giving to the persons you want from, the response you want from the actor. Ladies and gentlemen, for obvious reasons, I think I'll stop here. If I can take 3 questions.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Please.
All right, sir. Pick one. How many questions so you control it?
Maybe to add to what I said.
Yes, sir.
Going back to directors, actors, and communication, and for director to progress in error, as you have said, that is out of unconscious incompetence.
Yes, sir.
I was on set with a woman on the bed and a director. Probably we were not giving him what he wanted. He was not communicating to the woman in Igbo. Don't feel like I'm a Yoruba man. And both of them were arguing. He was taking off character.
Sir, I get you. Just hold on now. Just let me answer that question. Thank God for that question. The relationship between 2 actors on set. Let me go to school. Professor Emerson calls it a relay race baton technique. Relay race baton technique. You see, in a relay race, you may be the fastest runner, but if you hand over the baton wrongly, the race is not won. So the relationship between 2 actors is also in the philosophy of the frog. When you get frog, it's a call response. I give you, you take, you give me. But as actors too, and as directors, you should be able to know actors who are lakes. What did I say? A lake. A lake is stagnant, it does not move. There are actors you give either by virtue of ignorance or their ego has eaten deep into them. And the golden rule in this is that never you act under any inhibition. Me and you may fight now at action. I remember one of our superstars, we didn't get our own issue. Serious beefing. When they brought the script, they said she's going to play my girlfriend, and we were to be very, very emotional. So when we got on set, I knew I had no problem because me, I would play and give. The girl now went and told the director, now I said, we're having trouble. How are we going to do it? You know what the director found me one now? I don't know what you guys want to do. I'm not aware of that. At action, just what you are supposed to do. You get the point? And when it was time, the moment I threw more than I was supposed to throw to her, she had no choice but to respond. It's a law of correspondence in acting, director. how the director inspires you, the actor, is how you're going to give him back. But as actors, I will advise, go beyond. Understand when your director has weakness. Because directors come from different places. There are directors who are not, there are directors who are cinematographically, inclined. So when you know that as an actor, your director is more or less cinematic, shots and all that stuff, protect yourself. So always go to the director. And then most directors, you go to meet themselves. I don't know, what do you think about this character, so that we'll be on the same page. And say, the character he begins to give you the textual analysis of the character as it has been written by the script. It's a red flag for you to understand. I said, guy, I'm yourself. You're your own. Am I making sense? Hello?
Very well.
See, bro, let me blow my trumpet again. 35 years doing this job. Nobody has given, hear what I'm going to do. I was telling you, nobody has given me a job because they like me, because I'm their friend. I've been giving my jobs purely on grounds of competence. He will deliver. He will give it to you. When you build yourself to that point, even the director who hates you, because as Adam, that is, I have seen one of the person who is going to release the body. The director is a burden bearer. All forms of characters suffer from the crew, wrong crew members, people from different perspectives, and all. When they come, he has no choice but to make the best out of it. Carry every weakness. So, sir, I think that helps you. That's a problem on the director's side. What you just explained. But you, as an actor, must be strong enough to rise above it. So, if I were to tell you the truth, you were weak. To have allowed that conversation break your character flow. I tell you, anybody who has worked with me as a director, when I'm getting intense, when it's that intense moment I'm supposed to give, I go out. Well done. That well done, he says, I'm seeing you, carry on. Because he knows that what is coming on is big. When you know that you have a heavy emotional scene, how do you, as a director, prop yourself? Even to your DOP. DOP, this bit, I want it to be a one take. Can you start with a close-up of this guy? So we can get the best of it. And in that close-up, everything flows. See, acting is osmotic. I don't use word there. Osmotic, osmosis. You know what osmosis is?
Area of concentration to higher concentration to area of concentration.
Yeah. What the other way? Area of lower concentration to area of higher concentration. Is that it? That's osmosis, Abi. So it is impulsive. It requires the actor to go deep. So how do you make a director who has a way of pampering you when he knows the scene he wants to shoot? You know, I say this man knows how to understand. He babies you, and there's the little things he tells you. Sir, maybe I arrange a fish and all that stuff. You know that he knows that he's stepping into something. So how do I know? It's like the woman at labor. How do you pamper her so that the child will come out without having a stillbirth, without being choked? The actor prepares. It's a simple rule in acting. The director also prepares. You go back, you know the cast, ask questions about each person, and begin to ask them, okay, you know their flaws, weaknesses. They say this guy, if you never smoke, not be that kind of one, but that's like Uncle Lulu, Jacobs. If you're working with Uncle Olu, great times Uncle Olu, you feel like taking one for the road. Oh, yeah, please, thank you so much. Thank you so much. He goes. Because you know his personality. Because if his personality is not right from him inside, it's osmotic. It's like your vector. It's like you're the football coach. At that point, when it's all about taking the penalty, I don't know what else to tell you. But you know what? Our technique is lying on your head. Make the best. Make us proud. And it goes all out. Okay? So, any last question? Because any other question? If not, please.
Put your hands up. All right, that was very wonderful. Please, can take your seat, sir. Thank you, Okay, please sit down. We are going to have, please, once more, put your hands together for His Eminence. Dr. Francis Duru.
I'm not a doctor yet, so maybe people have the one not like
Why all of that if you title like this?
No, not the title. For me, I'm still running it. So I can't answer it until the
I'm not supposed to share that.
No, it's not scary. Don't be a problem.
Okay, we are going to have another class now. But before this class, I would like to just share a few things so that it can really help us. The purpose of this master class is to help galvanize crew members. When I mean crew members now, I mean those who are behind the scene. I know some of you already have an understanding. I know some of you are more like novices, as in you don't really understand which is which. So I don't want to take 5 minutes to go through the different crew you always see when you watch Nollywood films. I'm sure you wouldn't know everybody there. So let me start from the one you don't know. Which crew member have you seen a movie, you see end credit, and you seem not to understand the person's job? Which name did that way they confuse you? Montage. Okay, no, it's simple, it's easy. She doesn't know. Montage easily, it has to do with thriller. That opening scene where before film start, it's like say animation. That's montage. So there are people whose responsibility it is to design those short clips. Do you have it now, ma'am? Yes, sir. All right. Any other crew member you don't know? Okay. Now, in a film production process that we all know, it starts from when an idea is conceived until when you watch it on the cinema. The first person who activates the production process is the storyteller. A storyteller must not necessarily know how to write a script, but he knows a story. A story of about war, a story of this, a story of that. So he tells a story, he could tell it in prose form. He will write down the way the thing did, and now hands it over to a script writer who understands how to use either Celtics or Final Draft. Those are like the two professional script writing softwares that we all have there. Some people still write with Microsoft Word, but it's very, very unprofessional to write the script with Microsoft Word. But when you write a script in Final Draft or Celtics, it kind of arranges your words. The scriptwriter now hands the script over to the producer, who now hires a director who can interpret that story. The producer and the director now plan for an audition to get cast, agree on equipment. Are we shooting on Arri Alexa? Are we shooting on 5D Mark 5? Are we shooting on? That agreement is always made between the producer and the director. They will now begin to choose crew. Who are the crew members we need to work with? That's where the DP now comes to play. How many of you know who a DP is? The cameraman that gives you different shots, gives you cutaway, it gives you.
Sorry, sir.
Yes, please.
I think it would be dishonorable to call the director of photography a cameraman.
Okay, director of photography. Okay, so now say director of photography, whose responsibility it is to interpret the director's imagination and thought and put it in the camera. Then we now have the production manager, who works like the second closest person to the producer. Then we now have the continuity, whose job it is to carry that board and goes in front of the camera and calls shots, hits it, pack them, and they start shooting. So we all have who have I not mentioned? There's a guy who does sound. You know, please, if you don't have muscle, don't go there. You need that one for people who have muscle. Then there's a gaffer who is the light person. What does the gaffer do? He helps. He works directly with the director of photography to give you mood and picture. Who else? There's the editor. The editor is when you don't finish the whole work. You carry go give one editor to begin the cut and into pieces. There's another guy called the DIT. What does the DIT do? You want to just to the copy. There's another guy called the sound. He does no keep it. Okay, what do you want? I thought you will not control for you. What is that?
No, I don't want to be saying next slide, please.
Okay.
So
You don't want to start person now. Equate away from.
Person thing.
I don't understand.
So now, what we are here to do is after this class, we are going to select you by what you've agreed you want to practice. Those who are going to be directors, some of you have been directing, some want to direct. We are still now going to carry you and pair you with already registered directors, so that when it's time for you to join Directors Guild, it will be seamless. A couple of you here have already registered. At least I know Emmanuel here has registered, St. Joseph too here has registered. All of them are going to help you and tell you how you can register and be part of what we're doing. There's a serious movement happening now. If you know sit down, stand well, your leg will be shaped. Now, I'm going to be inviting our next speaker. He's someone you should, I beg you to pay serious attention to what he has to say. That's because in terms of sense, he can get that. In terms of money, he can get that. Now, possibly if he bets time, that's all of my 50 for him.
Wow.
In terms of capacity, you get that.
I beg, making no verse, making smile.
In terms of contact, him get that. Please, ladies and gentlemen, he wants to talk to us about short films. The easiest way for every filmmaker to start is through short films. I started through short films. Most of the filmmakers here all came into the industry through short films. Only very few directors, they start with feature length because it's more expensive making a feature length. But short film, you can actually do a no-budget film as a short film. Please, if your hands are not too busy, help me give a standing ovation to Prince Daniel, aka Aboki.
You complete it.
Which of them?
I don't do
Don't do that one. I came late. You came late. You come late. Find the production.
Sorry. All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Please, I would beg that you all stand. Then sit. Then stand. Then stand. Okay, let's sit. Thank you very much. I honestly do appreciate this privilege given to me by the DGN Abuja chapter. My name is Prince Daniel, but I'm known as Aboki because I'm a broadcaster. I'm an OAP at some point with Wazobia FM when I was in Kano. But as of today, I came through the ranks from being an OAP to the group programs director, in charge of all Cool FM, all Wazobia FM, all Nigeria Info. I had a web radio in Kano, which I founded myself, and of course Kids FM that we launched 2 weeks ago in Lagos. So I'm managing 14 radio stations. We're about to open the 15th in Port Harcourt.
Why not stop some of us from managing?
Who manage now?
Yes, so I'll talk about making short films for festivals. And I will talk from 2 angles now. One, from the fact that my launch path, my proper launch path into the film industry is through short films. So I'll tell you what short films could do to you. And on the other hand, of course, I'm privileged to be the newly appointed National Vice President for the Directors Guild of Nigeria in charge of the Northern region. And just for the records, I'm running for the governor of the state. And for now, I am the Special Advisor, Media and Publicity, to the Chairman, Senate Committee on Housing and Urban Development, which is Senator Aminu, who Senator Aminu Waziri Tambua, whom I served as a spokesperson when he ran for president. But I'm also a filmmaker. I started as an actor. I wasn't in the club of Chief Francis. They were elder statesmen in this profession, and with all honesty, we look up to them. But I started from Tales by Moonlight, and I still find time. I knew that was going to cause problems.
Excuse me. I started after that.
Okay, so no debate. Of course, 35 years, I couldn't have been in the industry for 35 years. I just I'm like 97. So it wasn't long. So that's that. So I know you'll be wondering how I'm able to juggle politics, managing 14 radio stations with 29 managers, and then still do films. I do films, and I'll take you through them. So I'll start this way. I'll start with my opening shot. First, I must commend Chief Francis for an explicit class. And I'll just add something to it that any director who does not fit into the classification or the description that he gave is not a director. Is actually an instructor. As at this morning, what we have in the industry in Nollywood is that we have directors and instructors. That you can say action and cut doesn't make you a director. Until you are 360, you are just an instructor who just says action and cut, like he described the schedule director. We see we want shoot. Like the controversy recently that Chief Kanayo was talking about, where we moved the industry to where we say an actor would work, would shoot 36 scenes in a day. Who does that? Who does that? So just like the other actor, you can't carry a crown and put on the head of a clown and expect a king. So if you carry crown, put them on top clown, you are going to get a crowned clown. Not an actor.
Pastor preacher.
Not an actor. Not an actor. When we did Shakespeare 12 Night at the National Theatre years back, I remember Hilary Patrick, the production manager, told me, he said, there are no smaller roles, but smaller actors. I will leave you with that. So filmmaking in Latin is described as efficio cognoscere. Efficio cognoscio in Latin means you learn by doing. You learn by doing. Most of the things Chief Francis was saying was, I was just saying, I don't open my mouth. Yes, because it's either you know or you don't know. It's either you don't know that and you want to know, or you just want to be irresponsible. You don't know and you are arrogant. So it's a physical cognoscio and it's like mathematics. To drive without entering the car. You go enter car drive now, so I will take them small by small. Anywhere where I stop, I don't stop. By the way, I teach in the Department of Theatre and Performing Arts, Bayero University, Kano, pro bono, meaning for free. I take 100 level, 200, and 400 level. I take 100 level film studies, 200 radio and television production, and 400 advanced film techniques. So, Efficio cognoscio. I have a little history in film production. The first and the second are short films that launched me into the industry, because Hiding Place got in one day when we posted, we published on Film Freeway, we got 74 invites to different festivals. So we now narrowed it down to the ones we wanted to enter. And it won in different categories, including Best Short Film, Toronto Nollywood International Film Festival in 2020, Best Short Film at Cardiff, finalists at RTL, finalists in different countries. And that is why I feel suitably qualified to talk about short films and what it can do to your career. Especially, I'm not addressing everybody. I'm addressing just directors. My Oga has addressed the actors and the directors. Yes. And so people who want the opportunities, this is like MMM. It's just like it's surer than MMM. Because it takes you somewhere. All these ones that people were struggling for visa and all that, with short film, with Hiding Place, was when we had an invite and then went to the Canadian embassy and got visa. Wow. I see it. 2 minutes. I was thinking, and you said, we bring in flowers. The first is on, I was hearing Chief Francis was talking about development communication, and the direction of this kind of production is that I do films for impact. If you don't touch anybody's life, it's not me. So the first is on epilepsy, and then the second, if I have time, I'll show you a clip of it, because I have 30 minutes. With my discount of 10 minutes, I'll see how I can finish all put together. I might show you small of it. And to buttress my point, is Bring Me Flowers is a 22-minute short film in one room. Wow. So you cannot tell me about budget that I don't have money. You cannot tell me about equipment. When you can use your phone, when you can use the smallest cameras you can have around to do a short film that takes you around the world. Last year, this film was Best Short Film at Cardiff and many other festivals. So it qualified to screen last year at the Embassy of Mexico. And it's 22 minutes. Again, another 22 minutes doing wonders. Then, of course, for people who have seen Still Falling, I'm a co-producer with Dimbo. Is on Amazon, 18. Hijack 93 that was just filmed in Kano. I was an associate producer and I was a host producer, of course, since I based in Kano at that time, with Rogers of Filmy and Charles of Play. And then in Mataba, I might show you a clip of it. It was nominated for Best Picture, Best Directing at Hollywood Weekly Magazine. I was there last March to collect my awards. I just finished the post-production of Kaka. It's on education and it will be screening at the 75th edition of United Nations this year. It's on education. If you're not used to our Hausa, of course, there's one who so that's that. So I'm suitably qualified. Let me blow my trumpet. Like my boss will say, let me blow my trumpet. I'm qualified to talk about short films.
Yes.
True or yes?
Yes.
And by the way, I'm the most awarded Nigerian filmmaker and broadcaster, or broadcaster and filmmaker. As of today, I have 111 awards. So, Bring Me Flowers, Idol Place, all these which you see means awards and festivals and all that we've won, some we have not been nominated. But majorly is that you can use short film as a launching pad for people who want to become directors, and it can take you around the world, including the film capital of the world, which they say is Hollywood. But I'm beginning to think it's actually India.
Yeah.
It's debatable. It's arguable.
Yes.
Or if we're talking about how the impact, we can even move to Singapore. They are taking over from Hollywood. They are taking over somehow. And this is another short film too. Epilepsy. We just finished this one. Mala Audu. It's talking about food security. How security has affected what I considered as a short film. What is a short film? What do you think is a short film? A film. Okay, so it's an open class. What do you consider a short film? Film way short.
Yes.
Yeah, so literally film way short. Now the short film, Abi. Film way short.
Yes.
With respect to.
Film way short. And for the directors, there are three stages there are three considerations in a film. 3 acts of a film. What are these 3 acts? That everything must have
Beginning,
middle, and then somebody now added, but not necessarily in that order.
Yes, yeah, true.
Meaning you could start from the ending.
How do you
Yes.
start there?
Yes. It must an ending. However you arrange it is your wahala. So technically, a short film is any film below 40 minutes. If it is below 40 minutes, if it is 41 minutes, it is no longer a short film. If it is 1 minute, it's a short film. 2, 3, 4. And some of the most award-winning short films are shorter than 5 minutes.
Yes.
Like Someday Somewhere was a minute. In fact, less than a minute. But it went very far. It was just an act. Two acts. The girl just met the guy and she said, but you didn't even, you could see that they met. Said, but you didn't give me anything to remember you. He's a soldier man. You can Google it, you'll find it. So
What's the title again?
Someday Somewhere. So he said, and she just turned and said, but this guy, I'm paraphrasing, say you don't give me anything as souvenir. The guy asked her, say, what thing I will give you? She said, maybe a kiss. Then the guy now said, the guy just thought, somebody now called him OOV. Said, so when he turned to move, he just turned and shot her, pow, and said, maybe someday. That was it.
Wow.
It's from South Africa. Wow. It's from the US, and I was privileged when I started the journey of short films. I looked for the director, and we connected on social media. And then I took permission to screen it in classes, and he gave me. And he said he was coming to Nigeria and we'll meet. Less than a minute. Say, you don't give me anything. Say, what did make I give you? Say, maybe a kiss. So they go in French. So when the guy turned, the guy just fell. Boom. And he said, maybe somewhere, something. That's what. Film don't finish. And credit begin roll. That is how it could be done. And travels, which went around the world also and gave out a lot of deals. I remember at some point, plenty money. Let me not call the money that time. The Young Smoker is still on social media. The Young Smoker is less than 3 minutes. That's how short a short film can be. So a short film can even be likened to a radio jingle, right? Very short. But it must have these 3 acts: beginning, middle, and end. However you arrange it, I wish you well. So, movies for 40 minutes or less.
Sorry, sir, but that's a style itself.
Yes, it's a style. There's a style.
I think they call it in media res.
MashaAllah. The professors are talking. Okay, so this is just a shot from Kaka. And trust me, Kaka is well done. By the grace of God, the 2 films we have done are already rated as the most expensive Hausa films ever made so far. 100% Hausa. Because for the 2 jobs, Kaka may not have trust me. We spent over 204 million. And we're already into money. Because we spend money. I didn't know this, so that's so. According to Vijay, if you didn't do it, he didn't do it. So what can a short film do to you? I'm rounding up. What can a short film do for you? It's an open class. What is short film do for you? From just my story. Yes, sir.
Give you exposure.
Exposure. Like my boss said, there are no right or wrong answers. Either the answer fire or you know fire. Still an answer. What if short film do for you? He said exposure. Yes, coming into the industry is already saturated. Who you want drag out with as an actor? RMD or Francis Duru or SAS or Nse or Shegun Arize or Lou Jacobs. And you could see that I am deliberately calling certain actors. Because these are method actors. These are my kind of actors. Because some are not actors. They just happen to be in the industry. They don't resonate. They don't tell these stories. You can't find them. 0. Characterization 0. Role interpretation 0. Character interpretation and advancement 0. And then they will not have some terrible directors in some part of Nigeria. I will not mention the places. So they will not make a mess of the industry. The industry is in a mess. Who is aware? Who saw on the news that Idris Elba just finished a short film in Nigeria?
Yeah.
Short film brought Idris Elba with Mo Abudu. And not only Idris Elba, Nse, who happens to be my closest friend in the industry, played the lead with Seal, the musician. All of them were in Nigeria to shoot a short film. So is short film not important? It is. And the budget of that short film can do at least, I don't want to call Asaba so that I won't be in trouble as people are screaming, but I'm sure the budget of that film will do, should I call Kannywood? Anyway, averagely, it can do 10 films. Average films. And it's a short film. Dust to Dreams. It's a short film. So, Almighty Idris Elba came to Nigeria to direct a short film. That is how important a short film is. And what can a short film do for you? It prepares you for your career. You want to become a director. I cannot give you my film to direct when you don't have in your filmography. English. You don't have a short film. And you don't have history of having understudied some directors through the ladder is risky. Not the risky. And so short film, foolish directors think that short film makes you a non-director. But smart directors know that at every point, no matter how big you do, how big films you do, how much big films you do, you can still go back to short film. Yeah. Because that is what short film does. By the way, before we forget that it's between 1 to 40 minutes, let's remember critically, I will advise, if you can, keep your short film between 5 to 20 minutes so that you have favorable screening time in festivals. Favorable screening time. If it is 40 minutes, they might not have time. So they will slot you in strategic places. Like Bring Me Flowers. We had very good place at Afrif because it was nominated for Best Short Film Afrif last year. And you can't tell what a short film will do. It brings you in the room with stakeholders to network. When you come to festivals, you go to Sundance, you go to all these places, and you sit there and say, my film is screening today. And the guy is bringing a feature. And then you are bringing a short. They know the rater. Say you don't bring one long film, you bring short film. No, I'm a director. But Chief Francis, so let's watch my film. And it's short, 20 minutes, 25 minutes in the process of filmmaking. And that is short film does not mean it's short budget necessarily, or it doesn't mean that it can be done well, or it couldn't have been done well. As a matter of fact, the shorter the film, the more challenging. Because you have limited time to tell a story. So that it is short does not mean it is simple. So actually, I think it's only smart directors that can able to do short film. Yeah. Whether as beginners or as yes, short film. Because you have the minute to tell a story. How do you tell the story? Are we together? Yes. It helps a filmmaker to find and hone his voice. Every filmmaker must have a voice. From what Chief Francis said, an actor must have a voice within the production of the director. The director is involved. Have you noticed so? That's right. So when you consolidate your space as a director, starting with short film, you have your own voice. And trust me, the budget of the film is from zero to infinity. And it's much more with a short film. Why we did Bring Me Flowers was, I was talking to my students to say, you can do a film with zero budget. And they didn't understand. I said, okay, this is the story. A soldier who fought in the war, and now he's on a wheelchair. We'll put him in a room. Only him. His wife. In 22 minutes, only one in the film. The opening shot, he was listening to radio. And of course, our put was on the FM. Was the FM news. Yes, so that's my short film. So he was listening and he was watering a flower. That was like Bring Me Flowers, right? So a call, his phone rings. Then I opened my shot. I started from a close shot. Usually some people will say, open from an start, open, show the building. No. From a close-up, I pulled. That was what, so when, it was when he wheeled that people said, he's on wheelchair. That's an element. By the time he wheeled to where the phone was, I made sure he was outside so that I could use natural light. By the time he turned, I might show it if I have time. I pray I don't have time. But if I do, so he picks the call. It was a video WhatsApp call. Is all excited. She has graduated and she'll be coming back home tomorrow. And she was kidnapped.
Oh no.
This man, I don't trust him. So and she was kidnapped. The next call, he didn't know. The next call was, I started with a shadow. People said, kill the shadow in films. Some of our directors kill the shadow. Kill the shadow. Kill the shadow. Wait, what? What is shadow do? Shadow do? The shadow. So they will like the whole of you kill the shadow. And people are not watch your boys. Where Kemi Adeti, when they use shadow tell stories. When they killed Odukumale, what do you first see? Now shadow. When they do block when they come off for shadow. And they don't even show the body. And Odukumale don't die. But we want to, in Nollywood, kill the shadow. So we light up everywhere. Come on, kill the shadow, man. I don't need these 3 lights. They said you have 3-point lights, Abi? Directors. Now what did they teach us now? Yeah. When I went to ICPAN to do directing, Fred Amata was my teacher. He said, know the rules and break them.
That's it. Yes, no.
Deliberately. No, you don't know the rule and you're breaking. You have to be intentional. Yes. You have to be intentional. You are breaking the rule intentionally. Like what the Chief Francis said. You can't, you if you don't know, you can't break it. Yeah. Or you'll be breaking it wrongly. Yeah. Know the rules. What does the rule say? Is that there is close-up, there is long shot, there is wide shot, there is establishment shot. But then we have 3 major shots, then you break it down, we have created all kinds of shots that are not inside book. Mm-hmm. We have opened films without establishment shot from outside of the building. Mm-hmm. We have started films from laptop with book. Yes. Why? Because we know that there are 3 basic shots and they are children. If we didn't know, why are we breaking? What do you want? No, what you know is that if you want to break up a rule that you don't know, even the viewers will know. Don't tell them, let them know why. And of course, I'm against if you can show it, don't say it. Don't say it. If you can say it, don't show it. Yes, few dialogues. So it gives you a ball, it helps you to experiment with your creativity. I be very creative. Show it. Use your compound people to shoot a short film. Yeah. All you need. In fact, these days there are festivals for films, short films, shot with phones. Yeah. Go back already. So show yourself. And then it opens you up to go to festivals. We have sent our jobs to different festivals. Some you win, some you don't. But in filmmaking, the most important thing is not even an award. It's even official selection. Yes. If they say a film is selected for Oscars, selection may not win. You don't hit. You don't. In any case, it takes you to the festival. Outside on my Facebook, social media, and the ambassador told me, said, "Your film is bad." My mind caught. He said, "No, I don't mean that kind of bad." Ambassador, they gave me for 22 minutes job when I do inside one room with small camera, trained crew. And you can shoot a short film with 0 budget, meaning I can tell all of you now that Chief Francis is the lead. You are so, you are so, like DJ wants to start doing in Abuja. I can tell you it from home because they won't be working there. All your food are come. Because we have to do the film and we have to send it to festivals. So it was there when they screened the film. The first lady of Kwara State was there. That was how I got to talk to her. 22 minutes film. And I said to her, I'm doing a film on girls' child education in the north. She's the chairperson of governor's watch for. Yes. So 22 minutes door and I entered. I told the ambassador, I said, we will screen this kaka at the embassy. He said yes. By the time I left that place, already 4 ambassadors want to host the screening of the film from that place because it was Mexico Day. So other ambassadors were there. 22 minutes film. Don't open door. So is short film really important or not?
Very important.
That's the whole. If you don't remember anything I've said, just remember that short film is long. Short film get long leg.
Yes.
If well done, it gives you the opening in festivals to network. I've been networking ever since. I went to Cardiff. When we went to Africa, all paid hotel. All the days of Africa. Now it's 2 minutes. Hotel. President there. Victor White. Other DJ members were laughing at us. What you now want for directing? The first question they asked me in the class, you're a director, you're directing film, you're here. I say, if I knew better than I know, I should be in Hollywood and not here. That's what it means I don't know. I don't too know. And the resource persons were from the US. So it opened another door to independent films in the US. 22 minutes film. Short film. So I'm exposing you to the potential of short films. Abi?
Yes.
Simple. If you don't understand anything, short film is long.
It has long legs.
It has long legs. It takes you everywhere. So no matter what I do, I will still go back to short film. The film that brought Kenneth Young was a short film, Mommy Lagos. Then he now got funding. And now he's a frontline director.
Big one.
Permanent residency at the US Embassy.
Okay.
He just came back from PAF, Pan African Film Festival in Hollywood. And a short film starter. Oscar references. She don't disappear. Some of the films in Oscars, you will see that Night Ride is 16 minutes. Cool. Le Poulet is 36 minutes from last year's Oscar. These were all nominated for Oscars. The rest, Suitcase, The Irish Goodbye. All these are films. I'll give you this slide if you want. For this year, Invisible from Canada, Night of Fortune, Red, White, and Blue from USA, and the after. These are top 4 nominated for the Oscars. Short films. And this Nigerian guy now, what's his name? That was in Queen of Catway. Yes. He did one film that went to Oscars last year. That's what short film can do. That's the power of short film. And trust me, no matter what kind of films we do, I always go back to short films. It opens its own doors. This Bring Me Flowers, as soon as we finished Africa, we all signed contracts. And we all got paid money for them to screen the short film in a short film platform. So it made money, it opened doors. And I told them from that short film, I said I will be coming to Africa this year with 2 feature lengths. And I'm going with them. This is a blank check. And I'll ask the class, what is your idea? What is your, forget the other year. What is your idea? What is your short film idea? Forget one of the year. I know the Russian, now here we prepare the slide. I'm a contour from my head, like my Ogadu. But when I know they believe person, in Nigeria, they don't use slide. but that's just like, I'm just kidding. So, short film idea. Do you have any?
First and foremost, I really want to say thank you. I don't know
I don't know, there are certain things in life that money can't buy. And I'm not saying this because you're here. Knowledge is a leveler. And one of the biggest learning disabilities in life is pride. When Jesus related, he said, let the little children come to me. It's because in their innocence, the purity of mind, they learn. I want to say, my brother, this is one of the best things that have happened to me this year. And I'll tell you why.
Thank you, sir.
You must thank you. Like I shared, I gave a little bit of my CV. I'm doing the development communication, Masawa. My project topic is, impact of culture, impact of climate change on culture, Ogoni, through participatory film. You get the point? So, as he was talking to me, my mind was just opening up, okay, I've been battling it. Do I do a long short film or short film? So you just answered it.
Thank you, sir.
On climate change, but again, I will bother you.
No,
Bros, you don't like that.
No, it's a privilege.
Yeah, you see how you come to a place and connection. So what I tell every other person who comes for a master class, you may just see the way the industry is complex. You don't for what every group and you know what my Bible has been? The 17 SDG goals. Because you see, all the topics you chose, they speak to these goals. But for us as filmmakers, we are busy going through sensational things, crime, breakthrough, and all that stuff. And we are actually using the essence for which we are, It's a time in the world where strategic communication has become key. And our industry remains one of the strongest tools for strategic communication. So I want to say this is awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That's what they said. Thank you, sir. Yes, so like Chief said, we actually zeroed down on the SDG goals, was how we are able to have access to the former Emir, Muhammad Sunusi. He's working on SDG goals with his 1 million teachers. So now how we take editor, we're even doing a private screening for him. And then, of course, we're moving to our principal to get knowledge that we want to do with that, apart from festivals and all this, is we want to activate what we call community mobile cinema. Because we found out that, according to Rice research, they said there are over 15 million out-of-school children, and half of them are in northern Nigeria. So we want to bridge the gap. So we'll go with a cinema truck to these communities, screen the films, and we're working with different organizations. They take it from there. We are showing the people the film, starting from the village where we shot it. So it's a blank check. And the short film, you finish it in 1 day now. The day we did Bring Me Flowers, I just looked at young people around me. I looked at one girl that has been a production assistant, Debbie, and I said, you are the PM. So we sat there every time before we do production. We bring in 10 new interns. For all these our production, we have a crew of 70. Not for the short film, for the bigger films. And 10 of them will always be interns coming to understand. So for the short film, she was the PM. So, and I can't even finish this class without thanking Rogers of Filmmaking. Why? When we did Kaka,
he cut down our production budget by 50%. How did he do that? He sent me from the set of Wura. I went to the set of Wura and selected the choice of equipment I need for Kaka. And he sent me an entire equipment truck.
Wow.
Red, in that truck, we had 3. In fact, we had so much light that when Charles of Play wanted to do commercial in Lagos, we put some equipment we sent it through the airline because we're still filming. We had so much light. When we did the Metaba, we were looking for aperture, 600. Trust me, we couldn't find. But we had 8 apertures on the set of Kaka. It's a whole truck that was moved from the members.
Wow.
The DP, the assistant,
Focus puller.
Oh. So I don't know that I have to tell you that. And for those who don't know Rogers of Filmmaking, I think he should be among the biggest producers in Nigeria.
Yeah.
With Wura, with Voiceless, with the Johnsons, with Conversation in Transit. Now the co-production, Hijack 93, and he remains very humble. He's also doing his doctorate. And their own doctorate is not like our own. I have an honorary doctorate degree from US, but it's not like their own academic doctorate. I don't want to be our. So where are we now? Let me roll my end credit. And my end credit is, it is not what you shoot with, but how you shoot.
Yes, sir.
It is not what you shoot with, but how you shoot. When this guy did Titanic, James Cameron, he said, they asked him, what is your advice for upcoming filmmakers? He said, go home, pick a camera and make a film.
Yes,
That's what James Cameron said after Titanic. So I'm telling you, go home, pick a camera and shoot a film. And the other thing I was telling you is, repeat it, you can't operate within an industry without knowledge of the industry.
True.
It is showbiz. There is the show part of the business, and there is the business part of the show. And it is becoming tough for those who do business as usual, because they can't have any deal anywhere. So they will all run to YouTube. I'm not talking down on YouTube, but it is that one job can get you all the money that you need in an entire life. And oh, okay, just a minute. I still have small time. So I have this folder here. No, all this in here. So I'll start with this.
Sorry, I think
I don't know. I want to just
touch
the
creation.
I think it's shifted.
You remove
Okay, so for Kaka, while we touched the cables, I needed rain, and it was December, and I created rain. I created the rain scene. I just brought in a truck, and yes, who knows how to create rain in a film? Yes, and it's just around. If this is the parameter of your filming, just get your poles this way, and this way, incorporate them, and then pump the pressure. So the rain, the water will go up and then fall down as rain. Abi? Yes. So I have this picture of Kaka. I'm sure there's no audio. No audio, Abi?
No.
So this for me, Matama, I created the one discount entirely from the scratch. I brought Hayana. This Hayana that was used in Shantytown.
Oh, now you mute or something.
Okay, so I take it again. Where did they make a film? I mean, I don't need one.
Yeah.
So I created the bandit scam just to burn it down at the end. Now we want money. I said I had like, without exaggeration, I think up to 50 horses. And those horses filled for 7 days. Don't ask me for the money. So the second one, is it the same to you? So I'll just take a minute from Bring the Flower, so you just have an idea. Yes. So yes, so Blackville is my company, and I have 12 of it. I will explain if you ask me. I'll take a minute of it, man.
No problem.
This is my opening shot. Yes, this is the army officer. He's a first-time actor. Regional head, Keystone Bank, Kasana, Kano, and Jigawa. So you see, no, say that wheelchair. Okay. Oh, you want to see it, John?
Yeah. So I'm not able to fix it for on watch film. Look at today, please.
You man, let him turn.
Okay, no,
He's
no,
about to turn.
no.
So you see, I open my shop, and then they see that he's on wheelchair. So, what? No wahala. What stress? Just took my camera from off. Then let me see if I'm able to convince you with the range that we created. If no matter what. On in Kaka, the opening scene, I think, is the rain. Black in media. I wish there is sound, but God did. Okay, there's small sound.
Very convincing.
Wow. Heavy downpour.
Don't pull my pipe, I just put fire somewhere so that smoke will give me hue coming from this side. Then, of course, I have one of the baddest the graphers from the set of Wura. So, you know, we see with the light everywhere. See light coming up from here? So it gives you the effect of moon. Then, of course, the grading, we make sure the inside is showing that it's lantern. These lights and all these will have different fields. Then we make sure our shots are open. In Nigeria, we close our shots because we are not sure of background. This is an open shot. open your shot and have people moving at every time. So I have people here, I planted them. After this production, they call me the king of extras. I had extras everywhere. This bike, anyone you see, I brought them.
Wow. The lens you use is there.
Whatever I want to use. So, see, I'm moving with my shot. And then when you get to the point, you see, I threw extra, end credit, 5 minutes, extra, over almost 1,000.
Wow.
See.
Looks so sweet.
So, we're going to the UN. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, guys, we just take 2 questions before he sits, please.
Yes, 2 questions. I want to be about the companies, the black bill.
No, let's go straight to short film. Okay. Okay,
you do closing remarks.
He asked a question.
Okay.
And I answered.
What is your
Now,
it paid me that when I came to house. Okay, sir.
So, to be candid, the question, I think there's so much potential for short films in the north. Is it because of the developmental strides, the deficiency of core development background in the north?
Okay, well, it is that the way Nigeria is that there are everywhere you look, there are potentials for everything,
Okay.
including short films. Now, what makes the North different, and I'm taking advantage, is that there's what we call in advertising. Since I'm on radio, they call it top of mind.
Okay.
I'll give you an example of top of mind. When you think of my seasoning, what seasoning comes to mind? Maggi. So Maggi is not synonymous with seasoning. When you think of a toothpaste, which comes to mind? When you think of pad, which comes to mind? It gives you incumbency. What is the power of incumbency? If look, anyone coming into, I want to do short films to the extent that I will be synonymous with short films, not only in the north, but in Nigeria. But in Lagos, they get a bit comfortable because the market is in Lagos, Netflix is in Lagos, everybody is in Lagos. So they are not looking at other avenues and other opportunities. The person who did this editing is the one that works for Kenneth Johnson. He just finished a short film with Sony. He used Sony lenses and cameras. Now Sony is inviting him to Dubai, and it's a short film from Jos to Dubai. So it is what we want to do. Don't say I told you. We want to suffocate the industry coming from the north, because the north is saturated. The west
and east
is saturated. I'll give you a figure. Netflix between 2016 and 2022 spent in 3 countries, Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa, $175 million. Out of it, they spent $32 million in Nigeria. Not a dollar, not a revenge that Demo did. So the opportunities are here. So 2 years ago, before we did the matchup, I told my crew, Netflix will soon get tired of Lagos and face north and east. I said, when they come, we shouldn't get ready. We should leave ready. They should come and meet us ready. So by the time Netflix started coming, we were on the table to discuss, because we have 2 jobs and nobody has 2 jobs that meets their quality assurance. And what did they say? I told them about the other time. They said they needed from the north something that has war and culture. The matter of fits in. They said they need girl child empowerment. The story of Kaka is a girl that wants to become a nurse. They said they will marry her out. And then Yaku Mohammed played the teacher that wants to educate every child in the community. So we were ready by the time they were coming in. So the opportunities are everywhere. And I also don't believe they said opportunity comes of what? No. It's recognized it just once. But every second is an opportunity. And I want to scale up production in the north. That I want to do language films, because language film is the future of African cinema. If not, the only film from Africa that won an Oscar was Tutsi. Tutsi was Swahili.
Yes. Yes.
So language films. Why? I love the Western cinema, the Western industry. With Ijogo, with Anikulapo, with Elisa Noba, they are deliberate, they are intentional.
Say it again, please.
They are intentional. Which is what the East and the North are lacking for now. Thank God the East is waking up. But the North hasn't woken up. So what do we wake it up? That is the question. So the last question. Less than 10,000 a year, or less than 13,000. Film Freeway. So I have it on my dashboard. Film Freeway. I have it on my dashboard. So when I do my films, my posters, my everything, even not for internet, I'll open the page for you to see. So I just Film Freeway, one word, Film Freeway.
I'll show you how it looks like before we.
Yes, so Shima will show you. In fact, the last time I was having a hard time uploading for Abuja International Film Festival. It was the man that helped me.
I remember.
Yes, because I've already entered Cardiff. And I enter everything entering.
Yeah.
So I'm in every festival for the right reasons, getting contact, getting money. I'm getting ready to go for Cannes Film Festival. Cannes, sometimes this month. And you can't go there without festival looking films.
Of course.
Oh, yes. So that's so when you finish the content, when I was in Badagry, Lagos, I was directing stage plays. When I was inside Lagos, I was directing stage plays when I didn't know much. The moment they sat me in the class, and I knew I didn't do anything with it. So do and learn by the next job. And of course, attend training and master classes. There is nothing, okay, that's exaggeration. There is hardly anything happening in the industry globally that I don't know. I have data. I have insane data from across the world. I just told you Netflix, have you? Yeah. One day I'll tell you how these people move their in China. In 2002, it was $32 billion. 12 years later, in 2014, they moved it up 5 places to $141.9 billion. That's a strategic and intentional industry. I rest my case.
I think we can do more. When I was trying to introduce him, you thought I was exaggerating. Now you now see that he's an embodiment of psychological brouhaha. So thank you very much, Prince. Thank you. Guys, those of you who came for this masterclass, are you really having a worth of your time? Are you enjoying it? Please put us together for DJ and Abuja. Now, the thing is, we will never exhaust everything we are going to talk about filmmaking today. It's a continuous thing, right? Today, we just want to lay a foundation, more like the basis. Somebody was telling me he didn't know DJN was functioning in Abuja. I felt so embarrassed. So I'm sure after today, that notion will change. It's a dawn of a new era. Very soon now, we are not going to be here. You guys will be here. We'll be taking the back seat. So if we do not mentor and train people like this, it's not really going to work. So thank you so much, Prince Aboki. Short film is actually the way out of. I'm a graduate of JOS. They're not going to answer you. The only thing that can give you a job is when you show what you have done. That's what you need to see. How did I start? I did my first short film, Millimeters, in 2009. Having millimeters and militants. I submitted it to Iron Film Festival, the first Iron Film Festival. You know, Iron now metamorphosed to Afri. Then that was the first one in Port Harcourt.
Yeah, I remember I was there.
Yeah, the film was nominated. And so I now came to Abuja as a copper. Customs. I now I pitched to Customs. I want to do a series for them. Okay, what have you Unica, and I was coming to Abuja to come and attend Bob. The closest to festival was Bob. That was I used to come to Abuja here. The first Bob I came for, somebody asked me to wait for 2 weeks to give me 1,500 to add to my transfer. Poverty is a sickness. You get, but I needed knowledge. It don't be just to because of social media these days. Everybody now everyone a director, action, God. They no go sustain them. When you like see Francis do now, who fit shift and come out? He will be. I mean, I won't go shift.
Make don't act.
You won't go shift Prince Daniel. Where you want to start from? So guys, we are going to be wanting you to join us in DJing. We don't have any female in Abuja. We want females, one males. It's easy to be a director. Navigate from there. We have different stages, and the rest is going to be history. We're going to have a short break now because so that we don't get too fatigued. Just it's time for break and networking. Walk up to anybody of your choice, talk to the person, get the person contact, take pictures. When you're posting the pictures, tag DJ in Abuja, and make your brain. I thought I was going to provide lunch, but we are very strong. So I want to say come with your lunch. I tell you now. I've been telling you come with lunch.
Yes. If we not talk about it. See. You know bring. You know go bring. Keep talk about it.
So we're still going to be having more classes. The class is not finished. It's not for you to go. A medical personnel is coming to come and teach us safety measures and CPR, how to administer CPR. I decided to do this because, to be frank, if I was at the bank of the river where JP was brought out of water, now video will follow the I won't know what to do to him. A lot of us here, we say Jesus. A lot of us here don't know simple CPR things, or if there's an accident, what should you do? A medical personnel is around. He's going to be taking us on that CPR side. We have a lawyer here, a DJ member who's also a legal practitioner. A lot of us don't understand contracts and what the simple contract things where you need to understand. There are times where you actually don't even need a lawyer, but you can actually have a very good agreement. So we have a lawyer here who's also going to be doing that, and we're also going to be talking about the importance of filmmaking to tourism development, and we are going to also have a panel discussion. We want to have calls. It's going to be more of an interactive session. But for what Aboki did, we have a plan where we are going to be having short films where we sit down, watch it, digest it, analyze it, tear it into pieces, ask director questions. Why did you do this? Why did you, okay, now you spin. Waiting make the director spin. There must be a reason. You didn't just spin for spinning's sake. Okay, all your lights come from outside. Why? So it's not going to be happening today, but subsequently, from next month, we're going to be doing a periodic program where if you watch Abuja film, Abuja comes to tell us what they do. We bring Raymond Okwesi, HMate, there, Holy Street, go. But now you're contemporary now. So we're going to be having opportunities like that. Therefore, those who want to be cinematographers, please, we want Abuja to work. Not when somebody is coming to Abuja. I have somebody say, I'm not Abuja to work, but I don't get crew there. And the banks don't even transport crew. One want to come to Abuja, they should, everything should be ready. That's the whole idea about this class. So please, let's take 20 minutes, network, take a bite, and we'll start. Thank you very much, and God bless you. And bite your finger. Okay, I can give you food sweet. Rita, share sweet. Give everybody.
They will bite you the teeth.
Okay, sorry, please. When you're tagging, also tag Abuja Film Village International on Instagram. Please try your post. I'm going to tag it here for you to see.
It was it.